One rotten egg. Oh. Oh, God, no! All right, so you know that Carl and Debbie have not set on their eggs in 2 full days. So they've hatched the 3, they've left the nest, and so the eggs over here that I brought up this morning have been, they've been abandoned for the last 2 days. So they're no longer viable eggs. I think that's the word. So I'm going to open these eggs and look at the contents. I need to know exactly what's going on here. I need to know if they were ever developing, if they just stopped developing, and that will help me and Jamie for future, in the future to know exactly what's going on and whatnot. I need to let you know that this might be offensive to some people, and if this is something that's going to offend you, then by all means you should probably go and find another video to watch. But I just need to know. All right, so this morning I am making my way inside the ostrich pasture with Carl and the babies, and Debbie, Carl's family. I'm gonna drive over. I'm taking my side-by-side over, and I'm going to clean up that nesting area. All right, so these are the eggs that did not hatch. And that's okay. Well, that's very, very common, friends, that you sometimes have eggs that don't hatch. What I'm gonna do though is I'm going to have to clean up this area real nice. I'm gonna take out the eggs that did not hatch, dispose of them. I'm gonna rake all the area out nice, and I'm gonna try to get it able to where Carl and his family can reclaim this spot. I talked about a little bit yesterday in another video that this is the only natural shade that we have in this entire pasture. So we do have the barn where we keep their water, but just by nature, by instinctively, the ostrich is very cautious and they don't like to be in enclosed quarters. That's why they never come underneath the barn or any of the shelters whenever it's raining or, cold and windy and stormy. They prefer to be out. They like to be in the open. I guess they feel safer that way. And so that's fine. But what I want to do is make sure I clean up this area a little bit so that the babies can come over, Carl and Debbie can come over and actually use the trees as shade on days when they need it. So I'm going to take all the old water out of here, all the old feed, take the eggs, rake it up, clean it all up nice, and hopefully give them their spot back. All right, so in nature, whenever an animal has a baby, they give birth either in eggs or a live birth. They will many times leave that area as soon as they can because the smells from the birthing process can draw and attract predators. And so that's what's happened with Carl and his family after the eggs have hatched. They've completely left this area and they've been staying different sides and parts of the pasture. But the problem with that is that these here are the only trees that offer shade in the pasture. And so by Carl and his family leaving and not coming back over here, it makes it to where they're pretty much in the sun all day long. But now I've got all the eggs cleaned up, all of the little other things, and it should be ready to be re-inhabited. So I brought the eggs over here to the corner of the barn. And so after I bust open the contents, depending on what I find, I can leave inside the little, I'm using a lid to a trash can that I can easily rinse out. And I can discard of any of the contents. But I've also had to use a sledgehammer. You guys know that these eggs are not easy to open. The shells are very thick. And so I'm not going to make a mess here. I'm going to try to, handle this with class and dignity. And you know, I know that you're with me when we say that we wish they would have hatched, because in fact, when Jamie candled them, we thought we saw development in all of the eggs, and as far as there was veins and different things. So I'm going to tell you again, I'm not real sure what we're going to find here. It could be semi-developed fetuses. I'm not real sure. So I'm just want to give you one more chance to, if you want to leave the page, then by all means, you should probably do that now, because I'm going to go ahead and put my tripod, set it up, and go ahead and pop these babies open. Oh, no! Ugh. Oh! 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 That one was rotten. One rotten egg. Oh. Oh, God, no, again. Oh. 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 Oh, my God. Oh, Lord. Last one. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna need a bath. I think I'll just do it in the hose here outside. All right, so I'm not exactly sure what you see here, but it's obvious from those two that there was no development whatsoever. I don't know why that one would have the discoloration, yet it wasn't rotten to where those two were. And you know, when they get rotten, they begin to develop a gas inside of them, and that's what makes the explosion. It's when they smell so bad. I know you can't smell. Thank God for that, people. Be blessed. But I don't know exactly what's going on with this one over here. I don't know why that sac is around it. And so what I'm afraid of is I'm going to open that sac and we're going to, in fact, find a fetus. And so I'll be curious to know why Carl and Debbie left the eggs and they did not continue to sit on that one. I want to remind you of something that happened a couple of days ago. Carl and Debbie both kept turning one of the eggs. And I remember in a video I said, okay, they're working on number 4. Now they're working on number 4. But for some reason, and I'm making a video now, you can see the babies over there in the background playing with little blackbirds. They're chasing blackbirds. The babies are chasing little blackbirds around the pasture. I think that they know that I've gotten the eggs and I'm doing this. I'm gonna have to open that one right there, friends. And I'm gonna do it very strategically and carefully for just in case. You see how the flies have come to it. So I'm gonna get me a box cutter and try to cut it softly. What I should do is move it away from the other stuff. All right, so I've taken one egg and I've moved it closer over to here. Friends, I can tell you right now that I can see there's a baby in here. Now it's cold. This is going to be very sad, everybody. I don't know why they did not try to continue to lay on this baby. I don't know why they stopped laying. Why would they have stopped laying on the egg? What was it? Man, if I could have maybe done this a couple of days earlier, we could have saved this one here. Oh, Oh, Jesus, love you, baby. Jesus loves you, little baby. Oh, Jesus does love you. I love you too, sweetie. Oh, Lord, why didn't they stay with it? It's come so far. Get away. Come here, sweet little one. So it move, flies. So this is a very developed baby. This is very developed. I don't understand why they would have not continued to lay. So you can see that the belly, maybe it's not fully developed, or either it's already begun the decomposing process. So there's no chance of getting it to live at this point, friends. So let me give you a timeline. Let me give you a timeline of what's happened here, okay? So today is, today's Tuesday. The very first baby hatched on Saturday night. If you remember, when I went over Saturday night, the second baby was beginning to hatch. So when we woke up on the morning of Mother's Day, there were 3 babies. That was Mother's Day. When we released the first video, there were 3 live and doing well babies. And I remember I made a video because at that point they were still around the nest area for the most. Baby number 3, we watched being hatched that morning. And so I remember in that video, I kept saying that Carl is still messing around with the 4th one. However, for the next 2 days, which would have been all of Sunday, all of Monday, and even today's Tuesday, they have not been back to the nest. So these eggs have been unattended. I'm sorry you're sitting here watching me. Now, what I don't understand, and I'm sure that you can figure this out as easy as I could from your Google searches and from the experts, I don't know why they would have left that one. It's obvious the other 3 were nowhere near, well, there was 2 that were rotten, and one has, it's a full yolk, which I'm sure is a stage of development. So I get why you would leave those, because those are so far behind that you could not take care of the ones you have and continue to sit on the others. I get that. But this one over here, the one that seems to be fully developed, maybe only missing a day or 2. I don't know exactly what's going on in the abdomen area. I don't know if that's already the beginning, the bloating from the decomposition, from rotting. But I remember they kept playing with egg number 4, and I'm guessing that right there was egg number 4. But for some reason, Carl and Debbie both decided to leave the nest, and I hate that. But I don't really know how to end the video other than just, you know, you learn. And so here's what I will do in the future. Here's what I think I'll do in the future. If we decide to ever have more eggs and we allow the Carl to and his hen to become broody, soon as they leave the nest, I should probably go ahead and do this. Take the eggs away and go ahead and open them at that point. This might be absurd. This might be a really dumb idea. And if there are any babies, here's my thing. If I would have forced open that egg, could it have possibly lived? Or is there a reason why that egg did not open? I've always told y'all that I do not want to play God. I do not want to be someone who tries to play God. So, anyway, I will properly take care of this baby.